EPA for safety and performance. So look for the label. It's a safer choice.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm here to introduce you to Dimes. Well, not those dimes. Digital innovation for Mesa's electronic services. Here at the City of Mesa, we are constantly evaluating ways to improve our productivity and efficiency in the land development and permitting process. A major effort has been underway to migrate our existing system to an online, cloud-based application. This new system will eliminate paper plans like these, as well as streamline and improve services such as planning, permitting, licensing, code enforcement, and customer service. We've put together a collection of short videos to help you become more familiar with the new system. We welcome any feedback you might have, as well as any suggestions for additional help topics. Thanks, and welcome to Dimes.
Poor driving behaviors cause 94% of road crashes in Arizona. Speeding, aggressive and impaired driving, not wearing seatbelts, all result in thousands of preventable injuries and deaths every year. ADOT, DPS, and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety have set 4 safety corridors to remind drivers that highway safety is in their hands. Drive poorly through a safety corridor and you may be pulled over by a state trooper. Help us save lives. Drive safely on Arizona highways.
Hi, this is Mark Cordes. Let me tell you how I roll. The second Friday of every month, I go to Mesa Morning Live, and from there, I come here to Las Sendas, where I have a standing tea time. Well, today I have a Long Island iced tea time. We'll see you at Las Sendas.
Great to be back at the beautiful Mesa Arts Center. How you doing, folks? Come on, you can do better than that. How are you? Wow, I think I got the wrong day. I'll tell you the right day, though. The second Friday of every month, Mesa Morning Live, Crescent Crown Distributing, 1640 West Broadway, Mesa, Arizona. Remember, folks, the world belongs to those who show up.
CPS 911, what is your emergency?
In the last month or so, we've seen an increase in wrong-way driving and definitely wrong-way driving crashes. This is a nationwide phenomenon, and so Arizona is not alone in this battle against wrong-way drivers. In many cases, wrong-way drivers self-correct. Unfortunately, a lot of our more severe wrong-way driving and their crashes, impairment is a cause in that. In those cases, they do not self-correct. In a response, the department moved forward in a cooperation with DPS and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. What are the opportunities that we can make immediate, future, and long-term improvements? ADOT's looking at 6 different locations throughout the Phoenix metro area. One of the opportunities that we saw that we can make an immediate impact is putting up some larger signs and also lowering those signs to be much closer to the driver's eye level. The do not enter signs will be 4 foot by 4 foot. Right now they're a 3 foot by 3 foot. In addition, we're adding wrong way on those same posts. This will increase the sign area at each of those locations by 200%. At the same time, there is the opportunity to put pavement markings in the form of an arrow. Basically, we will be installing a raised pavement marking. If you're driving with the direction of traffic as you're supposed to, you'll see an arrow pointing the direction you're going. As most people don't know, on the interstate, we put in a reflector type. For people going the right direction, all they see is the white or the yellow. But if you go the wrong way on the interstate, the backside is red. That will alert drivers that, hey, you are going the wrong direction. The installation of these larger signs with the arrows that we're putting on these 6 interchanges are just our first step. We're looking for opportunities to expand that not only in the Phoenix metropolitan area, the Tucson metropolitan area, but also selected rural interstates. In addition, we're looking at how can we detect and alert our law enforcement and our ADOT folks sooner. There's technology both with radar and microwave that can detect a wrong-way driver that will send a notification to the TOC, our Traffic Operations Center. At the same time, they can alert law enforcement. ADOT's #1 goal is the safety of the traveling public. We want everyone that leaves home to get home safely.
ADOT, keeping Arizona moving.
How many of you get excited about Trash and Recycle Day? I know kids, like my little brother, get super excited because they'll be able to see the garbage truck. But before you go out with an adult to see it empty your barrel, there are a few safety tips you should follow. Stop. Do not run out to the street when you see the garbage truck. Watch. You can watch the truck empty your barrel from either inside your home, or if you want to go outside, just stay close to your house. Stay away. But whatever you do, make sure to be safe and stay away from the garbage truck. Garbage trucks make a lot of noise both inside and outside, and sometimes drivers are looking at their monitors and controls and may not see you. That's why it's important to follow these rules and tell your friends and family to do the same. So the next time you see a garbage truck driving down your street, remember to stop, watch, but stay away. To learn more, visit us at mesarecycles.org. Finally, don't forget to smile and wave at the driver. It really makes their day.
Do you know how much water you use every day? Brushing your teeth can take 2 gallons. A 10-minute shower takes 50 gallons. Most people in other countries use about 5 gallons of water a day, while the average American uses over 100 gallons a day. That's over 36,000 gallons a year! Make a difference. Take the National Challenge for Water Conservation at mywaterpledge.com. You can win cool prizes, too!
Flash floods, fire, extreme heat. These are realistic emergencies for Maricopa County.
At this time, it's going to be through reverse 911.
Are you ready? Don't wait for an emergency to hit. Be prepared by planning ahead and staying informed.
In case there's a fire inside the hall, you guys can jump out the window, right?
Come up with a communications plan.
Does everybody know Grandma and Grandpa's phone number? Okay, so that's who we would call out of state. Text, don't talk.
Find different exits in case of an evacuation.
In case of emergency, you guys know exactly where to go, right? All right? The light pole that's in front of the house, that's where we meet.
Ow, which door?
The safest exit is where you go out, okay?
That door.
Yep.
Pack a go bag for a quick exit.
There's 2 exits in your guys' bedrooms.
Remember to include
Ready to go, because the last thing you want
emergencies.
Day and night, sun up to sundown. People who ensure the safety, protection, well-being, the convenience and enrichment. Those who live, work, and play in every city and town in Arizona are constantly at work. And thanks to each and every one of these services, many that you never think of, Arizona cities keep businesses at work, libraries open, traffic lights blinking, clean water flowing, and so much more. Keep
Imagine a world without trees and other plants. Pretty sad, huh? So don't just stand there. Plant something. Not only will it beautify your yard, it'll lower your utility bills and raise your property value. Imagine that. Visit plant-something.org.
Do you know how much work goes into every drop of clean water that comes out of your faucet? It takes lots of energy and money to get water to your home. And do you know how much work it takes to conserve that water? The energy you save by fixing leaks is enough to power a light bulb for over half a year. Take the National Challenge for Water Conservation at mywaterpledge.com. You can win cool prizes, too.
Please join Lennar in sponsoring Arizona Brain Food and their mission to discreetly provide a backpack full of food to feed hungry school children on the weekends. Your $20 donation can feed a child for an entire month and help them return to school every Monday mentally aware and physically able to concentrate. All donations are tax deductible, and 100% of your donation will go directly to purchasing food for a local child. Please donate today at azbrainfood.org.
People that are homeless now, 6 weeks ago, would never have expected to be homeless. What we're trying to do is try and find as many people in the city of Mesa that are experiencing homelessness, that are susceptible to COVID, and try and get them into a safe environment off the streets so they can stay safe and keep from contracting the disease and keep from spreading the disease.
I've been on the streets for 4 years. I don't have nobody. It's just me, you know, my family's gone. And it took me a long time to realize that I'm not the only one out here that is struggling.
I feel like I'm helping people personally, you know, even though it is through the company, you know, because I was homeless at one time as well. That's why I'm so happy that I'm able to be a part of this, you know, because I feel like it's just done a...
to which, you know, I reported that, you know, we're able to stay here as long as it takes to end the homelessness, and she just started crying, you know, right there on the spot.
It's critical to work with our community partners. For example, the location we're using is a motel. And this is critical because this is what they do. They provide housing for people. So we sought them out to have a place. They provide a safe environment for people to live in. Then we sought out Community Bridges to provide wraparound services and case management to help people get connected to services. So our role as a city is to kind of develop the program. We manage the program and we help people get their needs met, and we provide the safety. We have police officers here 24 hours a day to help provide a safe environment to keep bad actors from coming onto the property and to keep the people on the property safe as well.
It's a safe haven right now. I'm safe. I mean, like I said, this is my home until I get my home. And I'm blessed. It was a total blessing. And I give thanks every day because, I mean, they didn't have to pick me to come here. They could have picked somebody else, you know. And like I said, I mean, it's totally blessing. And they all been great. Without them, I'd still be. And I want to better myself. Like I've been homeless for 4 years, and sorry. I'm just tired of it. I want a home of my own.
Recycling isn't just emotion, it's a start to creating a positive change.
When you recycle, you're financially benefiting your community. Instead of paying a disposal fee, Mesa receives revenue for every ton of material recycled.
These funds help support many of Mesa's quality of life services,
Such as fire and medical, police, parks, and library services.
Recycling also conserves the Earth's natural resources and extends the life of our landfill. After all, just because you throw it away doesn't mean it goes away.
You're also giving your items, whether a water bottle or a soda can, a second chance to become something new.
And even if it can't be recycled in Mesa's Blue Barrel, it doesn't mean it can't be recycled at all. Plastic bags and other plastic wrap can be recycled at your local store.
So you see, recycling is the start to a positive change. We thank you for doing your part for the community, the environment, and the future.
The weather's getting beautiful out here. It's time to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather and our beautiful desert. But there's a lot of things that we need to think about before we do that. And safety obviously is our main priority out here. The first thing would be to make sure that you properly hydrate. And I don't mean that just by bringing water out with you, because that is a necessity, but also start hydrating about 24 hours before you get out here in the desert. Bring sunscreen with you. Make sure that you get covered properly. Wear a hat with a nice brim on it so that you get a little protection from the sun. And also think about coverage for your body, because out here in the desert we have all kinds of wildlife that can hurt you. And lastly, make sure you have your cell phone with you, that it's properly charged. As a backup plan, let somebody know the exact area where you plan on being hiking, the time frame that you're going to be out here, so that if you don't show back up at the proper time, whoever you left that message with is going to be able to direct authorities to be able to start looking for you. If you apply those few things, it'll be a great time for you.
Mesa launched Mesa Moves last summer to ask residents what was most important to them about Mesa's roadways. The feedback from thousands in the community was safe, well-connected, and maintain streets that minimizes traffic congestion. This input helped the city identify potential transportation projects that meet these needs, including constructing new streets to improve connectivity in growing parts of our city, widening and rebuilding existing roadways, making accident-prone intersections safer, and adding more bike and pedestrian lanes throughout the city. This November 3rd general election ballot will have a question asking Mesa voters to decide on a 2020 Mesa Moves bond program. The program is made up of projects in three main areas: regional roadway improvements, arterial road reconstruction, and active transportation projects. The city is proposing a $100 million general obligation bond, and if the bond is approved, Mesa would then receive an additional $62 million in regional monies. That's a total of $162 million in transportation projects to be built right here in Mesa. Mesa Moves will help fund new and rebuild existing streets and create miles of bike and pedestrian paths to ensure the city continues to safely connect people to places. For more information, visit mesaaz.gov/Mesa Moves.
MABLE stands for Mobile Art-Based Engagement Lab. MABLE came about from years of community conversations. We came up with this idea of creating kind of a mobile art studio where we could take these types of experiences out into the community and do them in different spaces, in neighborhoods, in parks, at festivals. MABLE is all about bringing community together, and she serves as really an extension of the Mesa Arts Center campus, and she really creates a space for people to gather and to do creative activities.
So I worked with Jen to design and build all of the pieces for MABLE. I'm really excited to see how it interacts with people and how people interact with it. The design of it was trying to be as freeing as it could be to allow people to have the most options so that they can figure out how they want to move MABLE forward. what works, what doesn't work, but giving enough options to make it usable.
It kind of removes barriers that people might otherwise have to engaging with the city. I think that's absolutely one of the biggest goals with this project, is not only to be creative, not only to gather people, but also to ensure that we have a space to comfortably talk about things that matter about our city.
We had to let some guys go because stuff wasn't happening as fast enough because people were holding on to their money. Contracts weren't breaking, so we had to just wait it out, and we had to go with cutting back office staff, and me personally, you know, making sure my guys were paid and not paying myself.
The City of Mesa allocated $4.37 million to our small business in the community. We were able to allocate 515 grants to many businesses here in the City of Mesa.
I looked at you guys, the City of Mesa gave me this whole third quarter paid for rent. You know, and other people that might not be a lot, but to us that was critical because, like I said, we were able to apply those other funds to help, you know, keep my employees going. My employees, they're not my employees. It's a poor choice of words on my part. They're my team members. They have their financial stake in this company, even though they don't have, like, they didn't put anything, but they're putting their money in my hands to be responsible for, so that way they can provide for their families. So the Mesa Cares grant helped us out tremendously.
We are seeing small business here in the City of Mesa that have suffered as a result of the pandemic. And so with this assistance, he was allowed to continue and be a productive member of our community. And so we're really grateful that we had these funds to support our small businesses.
I hope other businesses see this and realize that Mesa's here to help support them.
To get COVID tested. And the reason I'm doing it is not because I'm experiencing any symptoms, or frankly I have any reason to believe that I'm going to test positive. In order for us to get ahead of the spread of this virus, we need to be able to do contact tracing as soon as possible and identify people who potentially are at risk of spreading the disease as quickly as possible, even when they're asymptomatic. To please go get tested, regardless of whether or not you think you've been exposed to the virus. This morning, I'm going to the Emory testing facility that's in the parking lot at Mesa Community College. I think a lot of people have seen it. You can it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can just drive right up. If you have insurance, that's great, they'll take it. If you don't have insurance, that's great. They'll say, please come in and get tested. We don't care if you have insurance or not. I'm here to show everybody that this is something that's easy to do. You're gonna get your test results back quickly, and please do it. Here we go. Just a few cars pulled over to the side. Lots of social distancing going on. People having you park one space away from other cars. Everyone's gloved and wearing masks. So what do you need me to do?
I just need you to take your mask down for me.
Okay.
Look right at me. I'm just gonna go right on the inside of your nose for 10 seconds on both nostrils, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. And if I can just have you look right at me. And there's your COVID test.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
It literally tickles. Folks, there's no reason not to get COVID tested. As I just learned, it's painless, it's free, it's quick. There's lots of locations just like this one where you're going to be able to drive in and drive out. It's not going to cost you a dime, and you're going to be doing something good for society.
Through school closure, we have seen the negative ramifications of the digital divide in the City of Mesa are able to deliver electronically.
There's a lot of families in our community that when you say, hey, we're shifting to a digital curriculum, they're out. You know, they don't have the resources to participate in that. I'm very proud of the fact that the city has chosen to use some of its federal CARES Act money to assist school districts so that our elementary school kids all have the devices that they're going to need to participate in school and hopefully go back to school as soon as they can.
Well, I mean, we talk about the achievement gap and the digital divide, and we're just trying to bridge both of those. We want to make sure that students are connected to their teachers so that they, feel involved and engaged during this pandemic when, we're apart. And without those computers and those devices, it's really hard to reach them. So we definitely want to make sure that those students have that.
This partnership, it's a huge deal to me. It feels like our kids are being watched over. The fact that we can provide all those kids with something so that they can continue their learning even in time like this, it's amazing and a little bit overwhelming just how awesome it is.
Our primary goal is to get our kids back in school and learning and as normal as possible as soon as it is safe to do so. And that's why the access to the devices is so very important. And that's how we continue this connection to our students and tradition of public schooling alive and well.
Well, we were a non-essential, so we had to shut down we were shut down for about 5 weeks. When you're closed for 5 weeks, you can't pay the bills very well when you're closed for 5 weeks. Fortunately, we saw on the news that Mesa had some money and available, and so we applied for the grant, and we were fortunate enough to get it.
Well, during this time, it's very trying for our businesses, especially small businesses that don't have that conglomerate of money from corporate. And so anytime small businesses can get some funding, whether federally or otherwise, it's a huge help for them. They still have rent, they still have electric and utilities and payroll and things like that they have to meet. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to be in business very long. So CARES dollars, I think, go a long way to help our small businesses thrive in Mesa.
Rent, it helped with telephone, utilities, and quite honestly, it's helping us pay our employees too. Oh, it's a game changer. We don't know that we'd still be open without it, to be perfectly honest.
The Mesa Cares Technical Assistance Program is a free program with one-on-one business coaching, training, and technical assistance services to Mesa-based businesses. Do you need help in signage, accounting, web design, just to name a few? We are offering free webinars, small group meetings, or one-on-one phone calls to help your business. Apply at mesaaz.gov/CaresBizTechAssist. All Mesa-based small businesses affected by COVID-19 are eligible for the program. Home-based Mesa businesses are also encouraged to apply. Need help completing the application? Call 480-644-CARE between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity to get the help your business needs. Apply today.
And when I saw an arm or movement in the vehicle, that's when I called 911.
Do you know who is injured or how many people are injured?
No idea. He's down in the ravine, man. This is so crazy.
Now, we're already on the way. If anything changes before we get there, definitely give us a call back, okay? But we're going to be there pretty quickly.
Perfect. To help identify where the scene is, I am in a marked SRP single cab vehicle on top of the canal.
Stand by one for me, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. We're going to be there soon, okay?
In our city from incidents that occur, but it's folks like you that make the difference in terms of taking action when you see something and take the time needed to get us there to the call. You truly made a difference in saving a life.
What you've done can inspire people all around you, whether it's your family, your coworkers, the rest of the community, anybody who's watching right now. Is when you see something, say something. When you find something that looks out of place, take the time to call and let the professionals go and deal with it. And you showed that.
So I want to start by saying thank you. And it's one of the reasons Mesa is such a great place to live.
not only does the system work, but we have citizens who care. We've got people walking around the city paying attention to other things than just their lives. And when they make phone calls like this, it allows our police and our fire to then go and help individuals. John, none of that help happens without you. SRP is a great partner with the city of Mesa. We appreciate that relationship, but we really appreciate the fact that you took the time to make a difference because you helped save a life, and we couldn't be happier. So thank you very much on behalf of the city.
At SRP, we exist to serve our customers and are stewards of the community. We take the health and safety of our community very seriously. And the actions that you took that day exhibit our values. And so we're extremely proud of you. You do a great job, John. You always have. And, so thank you.
We've worked together for a long time, and he's always been very thorough and detailed in all he does. So thank you, John.
John, great job. I appreciate all that you do, and you represent SRP very well. Thank you.
All right, John, the other day I understand we had a certificate that we got over to you.
Yes, I have it right here, Forrest.
All right, thank you.
And I can't read it because it's facing the camera, but.
And would you happen to like to give us a closing statement, sir?
I'm just really proud of the training that I've had to provide situational awareness, public safety, the stewardship of some of the job roles that I have, both as a person, an employee, a community member. I'd like to thank all the parties involved, the city of Mesa, and such a proud city that they are, and the company that I work for, SRP, that I appreciate that recognition.
Such a blessing for us. Some days we don't even get food. You're just hustling and bustling with all the patients, so it's honestly just put a smile on our face.
It does mean a lot because we feel almost alone because we are independent living. There are other essential employees out there that risk being exposed every day and come to work and take care of our elderly residents who are the most vulnerable and are at most risk to contract this virus.
It's been a real treat for my staff. They've been working so hard and nobody goes out to get anything different. They're all taking precautions. So to come in and have this beautiful lunch prepared is just so wonderful. The food has been outstanding.
Ever since the pandemic kind of hit, I since I've had the opportunity to feed people, I've been feeding students who don't get their meals from school anymore, nurses, doctors. A lot of people around these times need meals and food. It's important, so anything I can do to help out.
We're all in this together. We'll get through this together. And so just continue to do acts like this that are so generous and make people recognize and feel supported in the community.
And to know we're not forgotten, and to also find out through this that I have another resource that I can call is truly outstanding.
I'd just like to thank Mesa for stepping up and doing cool things like this and helping out their community. It really shows that they care about the people.